Welcome to the Homeless Children and Youth webinar. Today we'll be discussing 7 recommended summer tasks for homeless liaisons. I'm Zach Stumbo, the state coordinator, and with me today is Jennifer White. She's an education consultant at the Kentucky Department of Education. Let's get started.
The first task is to update the homeless liaison contact if applicable. The Kentucky Department of Education asks that only one person is designated as the local homeless liaison, also known as the homeless coordinator, in the personal role manager. This person will be responsible for identifying homeless students and signing letters and forms related to post-secondary financial aid for unaccompanied youth. To review the role details, districts can use the school district directory option within Open House. Additionally, the district web apps admin point of contact, or WAPOC, must update additional contacts to inactive status and add an end date to the person's record in Personal Role Manager. If there are additional people in the district who need to receive notifications from KDE regarding homelessness, please send those email addresses to Jennifer White at jennifer.white@education.ky.gov, and I will ensure they are added to an additional contact distribution list. If your information is up to date and correct in Personal Role Manager, no additional steps are required.
The next task is to gather information for summer school. As homeless liaisons work varied schedules, it's important to ensure that someone in the district is available during the summer to assist homeless students with their needed services. According to the McKinney-Vento Act, districts must ensure that homeless children and youth who meet the eligibility criteria do not face barriers to accessing academic and extracurricular activities, including summer school. If participation in summer school is limited, homeless students must be given preference. If a homeless student cannot participate in summer school due to transportation issues, it is the district's responsibility to arrange transportation for them.
Our third task is to consider conducting a needs assessment for the Title I set-aside. It is recommended that the district develop a needs assessment as authorized under ESSA to determine the reservation amount for the homeless set-aside. The needs assessment should be based on the current needs of students identified as experiencing homelessness, including their academic and social emotional needs. It is important to consider all the funding sources available to meet these students' needs. To develop the needs assessment and determine how funds should be spent, the Title I coordinator should work closely with the district's homeless liaison.
Next, we encourage you to familiarize yourself and others with the summer feeding opportunities. For information about nearby summer feeding programs, I recommend visiting the Kentucky Department of Education's Summer Food Service Program website. This resource can connect you to over 2,000 meal sites across Kentucky. Ensuring that homeless students have access to nutritious meals during the summer is crucial, and the SF website provides valuable information in this regard.
Let's move on to educational field trips best practices. When it comes to using homeless funding for field trips, it is important to note that the funding can only be used for trips outside of the school day, and it will only reimburse educational field trips as specified in 702 KAR 3220. If the district school is paying for other students to attend field trips outside of the school day, they must also pay for McKinney-Vento eligible students with the same funds to prevent supplanting. To ensure compliance, it is recommended that you plan your field trips in advance and document the educational nature of each trip and be able to explain how these field trips will benefit the students and retain records of the planning process in the event the district is monitored. Whenever possible, it's best to avoid purchasing food for students on field trips. Instead, we encourage liaisons to partner with summer feeding programs to pack meals. However, if it's unavoidable to purchase food, please contact Zach Stumbo, State Coordinator, by email at zachary.stumbo@education.ky.gov prior to using homeless funding for student meals.
Our sixth task is to review homeless data in preparation for end-of-year reporting. Districts should review the homeless student data in Infinite Campus, IC, as this data is used for state and federal reporting purposes. To review the data, you can use the QA Homeless Report detail version via Kentucky State Reporting, KDE reports. It's essential to ensure that all students who were served as homeless during the school year are included in the data. Additionally, you can use this report to ensure that all students identified as homeless are marked to receive free lunch. For data entry instructions, please refer to the Homeless Data Standards, and for report descriptions and usage, consult the QA Homeless Quick Reference Card. Please note that all homeless data must be reviewed and accurate in the IC district database by June 30th, 2023. KDE will extract the data from the district reporting warehouses on July 3rd, 2023. If you have any programmatic questions regarding homeless education, please direct them to me at Zachary Stumbo at education.ky.gov. For IC data entry or reporting questions, please contact Marjorie Conley, and you can get her email address by clicking it in the PowerPoint.
Lastly, we have the task of completing several activities in June and July to get ahead and set your program up for success in August. In June, consider accomplishing the following tasks: conduct the needs assessment, verify data accuracy, and communicate summer feeding opportunities. Then in July, focus on updating or ordering posters from the National Center for Homeless Education, or NCHE, updating McKinney-Vento awareness materials, and establishing community partnerships.
Looking ahead, on August 15th, we will be releasing the next newsletter. We recently released one after June 15th. The next one will be August 15th. If you would like to submit a story or have a request for a webinar topic, please email me at zachary.stumbo@education.ky.gov. Thank you all for attending this webinar on 7 Summer Tasks for Homeless Liaisons. We hope you found the information valuable and applicable to your work. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask.